6:48, time now for the morning rush. New Mexico lawmakers are demanding answers from CYFD's secretary as to why the embattled agency continues to struggle to staff up and keep employees. CYFD says it has a 28% vacancy rate and a 34% turnover rate. House Speaker Javier Martinez warned the secretary Democrats will bring back bills that'll include outside oversight to the agency.
An Albuquerque man who suffered severe injuries from a fall at a downtown bar last year is now taking that club to court. In May 2023, the lawsuit says that one of the bouncers at Canvas Artistry placed 22-year-old Gabriel Romero in a headlock before picking him up and carrying him to the patio before he went over the third-story balcony. The bar said that Mr. Romero propelled himself over the railing under his own volition. Ryan.
And rain chances low today, but slightly higher compared to yesterday. So far eastern and southern New Mexico will get maybe a few scattered showers. More isolated chances of strong thunderstorms along the Sandias, the central mountain chain to the east, and slightly more widespread rain on Saturday. Mostly dry from Albuquerque to the west, though.
Mexico's Attorney General is now calling on lawmakers to increase the penalties for threats against schools. AG Raul Torres said that current state law is not preventing students from making threats. Currently, it's only a misdemeanor. Torres says that it should be a felony. Numerous proposals to toughen the penalties for criminal threats have failed in the legislature over the last 4 years.
Española's only homeless shelter says they are in desperate need of resources this morning. They're asking the state and local lawmakers to lend a helping hand, saying increased funding is vital for them to stay afloat. It takes about $70,000 every month to keep the lights on. They're now hoping to get $1.3 million from the state to stay open on weekends. Ryan.
And mostly dry today, but a low pressure system will be approaching our viewing area tomorrow and then moving to the northern Rockies. That will be drawing out moisture. Now, a drier setup would mean only some mountain thunderstorms and far northeastern areas getting some isolated storms. Santa Fe, Taos, Albuquerque to the southwest will most likely be dry. But a wetter forecast would mean more moisture in the Four Corners near Santa Fe, Taos, Tucumcari. Some severe weather would be a possibility, something we'll be tracking ahead.
New Mexico officials and nonprofits are stressing the importance of U.S. citizenship and working to help community members navigate the process. In honor of National Citizenship Day, multiple organizations are coming together at El Centro in Albuquerque, providing information about immigration laws and the application process.
The state of New Mexico is honoring dozens of local U.S. veterans who have passed with a memorial service. Well, this morning at 9, 42 New Mexico veterans who were not claimed by their family after death will be remembered during a public ceremony in Albuquerque and then taken to the Santa Fe National Cemetery, where they will be buried with military honors at 11.
The University of New Mexico is kicking off Hispanic Heritage Month in style. The Department of Chicana and Chicano Studies hosted this Lobos y Lowriders event near the Student Union building. In addition to getting an up-close look at the flashy, tricked-out wheels, students got to enjoy music and a local food truck. Ryan.
And taking a look at traffic right now, no major accidents or slowdowns. Green colors mean good traffic flow. And here's a live look at the Big I. Now, we do notice an increase of volume, so we'll have to watch out for some slowdowns soon. We'll keep you updated on the morning commute traffic throughout the rest of the morning.
Well, one little library on a residential street in Concord, California isn't so small anymore. When Jodine Percy first started her little library, it was never meant to be a big deal until it was. Take a look at the size of it right there. Well, now her front yard holds a collection that has outgrown its space. The little library concept has now nearly 200,000 lending sites in more than 120 countries.
And now it's time for the 5 facts.
And number 5, an Albuquerque woman was woken up to a surprise visitor early Sunday morning. Amy Rosenbaum tells us she was woken up at 3 in the morning. When she went downstairs, she says she found a raccoon who had broken in through her doggy door. The masked bandit made itself right at home, helping itself to the dog's food, some water, and then rested up on the couch. The New Mexico Department of Game and Fish warns that raccoons can become more desperate for food and shelter as the temperature starts to drop.
At number 4, the state of New Mexico is going to be honoring dozens of fallen local U.S. veterans with a memorial service. This morning, 42 New Mexico veterans who were not claimed by family after death will be remembered during a public ceremony. It's going to be here in Albuquerque, but that's before being escorted by law enforcement to the Santa Fe National Cemetery, where they will be buried with military honors. Now, that memorial service begins this morning at 9. That's going to be at Albuquerque's Legacy Church, and the funeral in Santa Fe begins at 11.
And at number 3, a mostly dry day, only a few scattered showers in far southwest Texas and maybe in southeast New Mexico, but generally mostly sunny, a chilly start, a warmer afternoon. Tomorrow will be a stormy day from the Sandias to the east. Much drier, though, to the west, and in between, stronger winds will be the big story.
And number 2, state lawmakers want to know why CYFD continues to struggle to hire and keep employees. CYFD says that it has a 28% vacancy rate and a 34% turnover rate. The agency says that they've been to 62 career fairs this year, along with outreach at the community events like the State Fair and partnering with Presbyterian to create a wellness program that would be for employee mental health. House Speaker Javier Martinez warned the secretary Democrats will bring back bills that will include outside oversight to the agency. The secretary says that she's not opposed to the oversight, but is not sure if that's the right move.
And number 1, an Albuquerque man is now suing a local bar for injuries from a fall he says was caused by bar security last year. In May 2023, 22-year-old Gabriel Romero went to Canvas Artistry off Central and First. The lawsuit says Romero was in a fight when security personnel tried to break it up. They say one of the bouncers placed Romero in a headlock before picking him up and carrying him to the patio, where Romero then plummeted 3 stories onto the pavement. His lawyer says security personnel lacked proper identification, and the bar failed to provide police with needed surveillance footage, making Canvas Artistry culpable. The bar denies many of these allegations, saying Mr. Romero propelled himself over the railing under his own volition.